Welcome, brother. Today we're going to be talking about whether porn filters are a waste of time or not. I'm JK Emezi, founder of Elevated Recovery and head coach at the Porn Reboot System. We help high performing executives, entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders end their secret behavior with pornography and masturbation discreetly within 90 days. So, I often hear men say that they slipped or they relapsed because their porn filter didn't block a specific site. Or they'll say something along the lines of, you know what, I got a new phone or I got a new device and I couldn't install my filter on it fast enough. And as a result, I slipped. And I understand that a lot of porn recovery programs and coaches and therapists stress the importance of porn filters. Honestly, they can be a helpful way to keep you off and away from sites that you know will send you to a relapse. And you can use them to block websites that you use to access pornography or porn websites, and they are useful for quite a few men who are struggling with this behavior. But on the other hand, porn filters are also easy to get around once you figure them out, right? There's so many sites that contain pornographic content that you couldn't possibly filter all of them out. And I see far too many men put the responsibility of their reboot on these filters. If the filter fails, then they blame it for their relapse instead of looking at their behavior. So sometimes it can be a hindrance more than a help. So are porn filters reliable or are they a waste of time? Is placing the power into the hands of a computer program the right way to approach your reboot? Well, if you're serious about ending your behavior with pornography, porn filters can only act as a band-aid over the real problem, right? And for instance, most men within the porn reboot system are past the point where they're looking at pornography or trying to block pornography. They understand that this is a process addiction, and they understand that it's about the rush of feel-good chemicals released during the entire process of their arousal or when they are triggered. And so that's what they're actually focusing on. They're focusing on different stages of the process, not just porn filter in between me and porn. And if porn goes over the filter, if something is wrong with the filter, I'm affected. No, there's a lot more going on. So if you're one of those guys who is feeling good because you put a porn filter on your web browser, it's not a long-term solution, right? It may keep you away from pornography for a few days or a few weeks, but it's not going to keep you away for months or years. Staying off porn requires a shift in your entire mindset and lifestyle, not just a computer program that blocks you from bad sites, right? So if you truly want to control your out of control behavior, brother, you have to do the work it takes to overcome your problem, to identify whatever the issue is. You know, things like nofap and semen retention, they have the same or similar sort of approach. Sure, they solve the porn problem for a short period of time, but they don't address what your actual problem is, right? So they're not going to lead to any sort of lasting change. Now, there is nothing wrong, okay, with using a filter in the early stages of your reboot when you're still learning to control your behavior. They can be a great tool to keep you away from those sites. But again, they cannot be the first and last line of defense against your pornography addiction or against pornography, right? If you have a serious porn problem, then they're not going to make any long-term difference to you. So the best way to use porn filters is as part of a comprehensive approach to ending your behavior with porn and masturbation. They aren't a waste of time when you know that they are not the true solution to your problem. They are simply a deterrence, a short-term deterrence. If you're going to install a porn filter and you think that that's going to solve all of your problems, I know I sound like a broken record, it's not going to be worth it for you. The reason why I'm sounding like a broken record, brothers, is because over and over again, I see brothers, even brothers who have made significant progress in their reboot, still fall back on this porn filter thing. You know, another thing that's similar to porn filters is lockboxes. So some brothers will like pick up a lockbox, a timed lockbox, put their phone in it, and then lock it, and it won't unlock till like maybe 7 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. when they have to start preparing to go to work. Again, nothing wrong with that, maybe if you are coming out of a relapse, but if you become dependent on that, you're not building the necessary skills to survive in our digital world, right? It's like those brothers, and I respect this, who are like, you know what, I'm never going to be on social media, right? I'm never going to use social media. I don't think that's a good idea. And you don't need to be on social media all the time, but unless you are an older gentleman who is established in your career already, or you've hit your financial goals, you've hit your career goals, yeah, that's fine. But if you're younger and you're still coming up in the world, chances are sooner or later you're going to be forced to get a smartphone. You're going to have to get on something that is similar to social media, whatever iteration of it is out there. I believe it's very important to be able to learn how to manage yourself, how to develop and build an internal filter, an internal deterrent to our digital technology filled world, right? And that's what we teach you within the Porn Reboot system. We give you all these coping skills, these strategies, so that first they can help you change your habit. Eventually, you can change your lifestyle and live a lifestyle that's conducive to being online without being triggered. And eventually, you're going to change your self-image, which is pretty much the final frontier, where it doesn't matter if pornography was right in front of you. You still wouldn't watch it, or even if you did, or you were forced to in some weird circumstance, it wouldn't affect you because it's just simply not a part of your self-image. You're just not a guy who views pornography, right? And that's where I hope every brother who is struggling with this problem eventually gets to. So I hope you found this video helpful. Honestly, I think I've shot 5 or 6 versions of this, but it's one of those things that you can just never stop repeating. So use your porn filters, understand that they are only deterrents. The most important deterrent is the one that you have internally. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll speak to you later on in the week. Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to get a copy of the free book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men. You'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I've learned over a decade, as well as strategies for putting together your porn reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video. The third way is if you're not sure where to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, if you'd like to spend time with like-minded professionals, entrepreneurs, business owners, guys who work in sales, consulting, or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join in the description below this video. And finally, if you need help right now because you have a burning issue, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally, you're about to lose your relationship, you want to live up to your potential, you want to be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, click on the link in the description below this video that says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.